The Devil's Master Plan Part 3 continues with Roger Morneau. I'm investigating this to see what really went on, what happened. Part 4 will radically go into other subjects, but stay on the subject of the Devil's Master Plan. This is John Razimus. I thank you for watching.
The greatest lie he's ever told was convincing people he doesn't exist. And you know, you see people that think that he's like red, he's got a goatee and a pointy tail and stuff like that. He doesn't. He's very beautiful. He's an angel.
And the demons are beautiful.
And the angels, sins and angels are beautiful beings, bright, beautiful beings. You see? The high priest told me that when he was in Chicago visiting there, that an angel appeared to him, and he says the brightness was so great that he could look upon the being, but close his eyes. And the spirit counselor, the angel, told him that the fellow that he had left in charge, the other priest in Montreal, was about to wreck everything that the spirits had done to bring my friend and I into the society, and that he ought to phone immediately and get this guy to change his mind. He had not, when George wanted to phone him and says that he would like to bring us, he said, no, wait. He said, if the high priest wants to have them here, he's going to have to be here himself, and that'll be in the future.
Now, I remember reading that the spirits were offering different gifts and powers, and at one point you received the power to get dreams about what horse to bet on.
Oh, yeah.
And you won. The bookies finally told you to stop coming because you won several days in a row. Is that right?
They told me that they were going to put a bullet in me. So when I heard that, I said to the guy, I won't come back here.
But every race that you bet on, you won for several days.
Here's what happened. The high priest told us, my friend and I, that the great master would very much like to have us initiated into the society on the 31st of October at their resort in the Laurentian Mountains, north of Montreal, north of Saint-Agathe. And that, you know, he wasn't able to tell us what the great master wanted us to do as a career, but that it was going to be a tremendous, important work that the two of us were going to have to do. Well, my friend says, well, you wanted to be initiated anytime. But I said to the priest, you know, at that time, you know, I didn't know very much. I said, my reverend, you know, I called the guy the reverend. I understand how the great master may want us to be initiated now, but somehow I don't feel that I want to be initiated this time. What about maybe like in the spring of the year or something like that? He said, well, I'll tell you what, I don't know. He says, you don't want to buck the good master, the high master, because the great master, because he says it's very bad. So he said,
and
look,
the great master is who?
Satan.
Okay, just want to clarify that. The great master is Satan.
But they still refer to him as the great master or Lucifer.
Or Lucifer, okay.
They don't call him Satan. There are very few references, but very few. He said, look, I'm going to do something for you guys, especially for you, Roger. I'm going to pray to the great master that he give you a gift. What kind would you like? And he give 3 or 4 or 5, and choose, and whatever you choose, it says will be yours. And I said, well, it'd be mighty nice if I had the gift of clairvoyance, where I could see, you know,
clairvoyance,
see at the bouquets, you know, you play the horses, you go to the bouquets, and you see all the name of the horses and the tracks, Belmont, or whatever they're running, you see, and to know which was going to be the winner. I said, that'd be great. It could make myself some nice money. He said,
that would probably work with the stock market too, then.
Yeah, it would probably work with anything, you know. But he said, that's yours. You got it. And sure enough, just a little bit later, I had a dream. And I dreamed that I went to the bookie, and on a Saturday morning, and I saw the calendar date and everything, and I saw all the horses running at 3 different races, and the winner was the one that shone.
It was shiny.
Shiny. And that was one there. It was 21-1. This horse. It was so bad, you know, the possibility of winning was so poor that he was paying 21-1. In other words, if you put $1 down, you get 21. See, if he wins. Well, that was a shining one. I said, boy. Then I said, this other one, you look good. So I said to myself, well, you know, in those days, money was you know, scarce. So I said, well, I'm going to put $2 on this guy. You know, so I put $2 on it, and then he wins. That was first. Then I put $20 on the 21-to-1 horse, and that won. And then that got the attention of everybody. Everybody said, I can't believe it. Some guy were knocking knocking their fist on the counter, you know, because they said this horse is totally worthless. He shouldn't have been in this race, and then he wins. You know, and so I was listening to these guys, and I said, boy, so you know what happened? When I came back there the following week, I went out, I left out of there with a bundle of money in my pocket. I went down to the St. Catherine Street. I went to one of the fine men's stores, and I bought myself a $200 suit.
That's a lot of money back then.
In those days, in 1946, a bundle of money. So anyway, I came back the next week, and the man at the cage says, "You're Roger." I said, "Yes." As I was putting some money down, he said, "The boss would really like to see you."
The bookie boss.
Yeah, the boss, the owner of the operation. And he says, "You go to that door right over there." I said, "Okay." So he gives me my tickets, and I go in there and knock. "Come on in." You know, it was all in French, of course. "Entrez, monsieur." Oh, yeah, he sees me. "Oh, you're the guy, you're Roger." I says, "Yeah." "Come here," he says, "sit down right there in front of my desk." He got up and he walked around, make a big circle around me, look at me, sat back again, and he says, "You don't look like a winner. You don't look like a guy, you don't look like a man that knows anything about horses." Well, I said, "I don't. I just happen to be lucky." He said, "I'll tell you what, I don't know where you're getting your information, okay? But we don't like it here anymore. You're taking too much of our nice money. So I'll tell you what, the next time that you're in here, I'll let some of my goons after you, and you'll put a bullet right up there, man, and I won't have you around here again. Now, if you want the address and names of different bookies in Montreal, I'll give you a whole list of them." I said, "No, it's not necessary, sir. I won't come back." So that was the beginning.
He knew you had inside information. He just didn't know how inside it was, right?
So the pressure mounted to be initiated. And this was in October. And I came home on a Wednesday evening, and after the high priest had put a lot of pressure on me, and I went to bed, but I couldn't sleep. About 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting, laying in bed there, and now this was a prayer, mighty beautiful prayer, very short, and I never thought I was praying. But here, listen to this. I said, "If there's a God in heaven who cares for me," see that? Mm-hmm. "Who cares for me, help me."
It would probably work with the stock market.
He said,
that would probably work with the stock market too, then.
Yeah, it would probably work with anything, you know.
It would. It would work with the lottery. It would work with anything within a few days. I'm familiar with this power. These entities, spirits, demonic entities, do have the ability to be false prophesiers on any long range, but they can mimic true prophecy on a short range. They can see into the future, in my opinion, up to a month. How do they do that? The fact is, they are on a higher dimension, looking down on our dimension. We are in the 3rd/4th dimension. Demonic entities are intelligent entities. They're intelligent people, all right? They're intelligent people, far more intelligent than we are. In my estimation, at least the 5th dimension. A person on the 5th dimension, at the 5th dimensional wavelength, frequency, they can look down and see the lower dimensions below them, just like we can look down, look through a microscope, and see an amoeba on a slide. That amoeba is virtually a 2-dimensional entity. Now, for the sake of argument, it's a 2-dimensional entity. We know it is not, but it basically is, and we can see right through it. We can see the organs of that amoeba. We can destroy that amoeba's life. We can inject that amoeba with any number of things to run tests on it. These entities can do the same thing to us, and we can be literally as clueless on who and what the testing is and what's going on as an amoeba would be in a laboratory. That amoeba has no concept of higher dimensional entities or more intelligent entities above it, looking down at it and messing with it. It's just reacting to what's happening to it. And that is pretty much planet Earth. Planet Earth in the 3rd/4th dimension is full of human beings who are constantly reacting to what invisible entities in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, whatever the case may be, higher dimensional entities are continually, constantly suggesting for us to do this, testing on us to do that. Perhaps the good ones are protecting us, and the evil ones, well, their plans are pretty obvious. This entity saw Roger Morneau pray out loud, and all it had to do was look at Roger's future and say, crap, he's going to join this Seventh-day Adventist church. I'm going to go tell the priest, by the way, priest, he's going to join the Seventh-day Adventist Church, slip in Seventh-day Adventist information, tell him, because we already know for a fact he's joining the Seventh-day Adventists. Tell him the Seventh-day Adventists are the only group on earth that cannot be deceived. They're so right about their seventh-day belief. Everyone else is wrong. They're right. And that's exactly what the high priest in this Luciferian extreme secret society that worked directly with Lucifer and Lucifer's angels, it's exactly what this high priest said. Fed line for line, unless Roger is lying. Roger's dead. He died in 1998. And this interview is actually from 1998. Roger died at the age of 73 very shortly after this interview. And I would argue to say that Roger probably did live in poverty most of his life, just like the evil spirit entity said he would by leaving Lucifer's church. It's a really deep subject, it's a really dark subject, and it's a really Christian subject. But Christians aren't the only ones that believe in physical, actual demonic entities and a physical, actual devil. Now, physical meaning independent, individual, there he is. He is a person. He's just not a person on our wavelength. So we can't really see him unless he shows himself to us. All higher dimensional entities, to a certain extent, have the ability to show themselves to us unless they are segregated and given rules. But these demonic entities, they are given rules. Trust me, it's very organized, but they break the rules. Demons break the rules a lot more than angels. How do I know this? Because I've met a few demons back in 2010 and 2011. I know for a fact they were independent, intelligent entities that had nothing to do with my subconscious. They had nothing to do with me. They were people in at least the 5th dimension screwing with me, harassing me. The harassing was very similar to what Roger described after he left the secret society that he talked about. I will parallel side by side what happened to Roger and what happened to me in the future, but I just wanted to focus on this for a second, that I believe if his story is true, the demons planted a over-the-top, too good to be true Seventh-day Adventist story. I personally believe it's impossible for that story to be true unless it was fed to the high priest, or unless Roger was embellishing whenever he mentioned the Seventh-day Adventists being mentioned by the secret society. We know that his friend did have Bible studies. He's a corroborating witness. We know that to be a fact. But what we don't know is what the spirits said and what the high priest said and what his friend said concerning the secret society. So we have to take Roger's word for it. He seems like a guy that's telling the truth. I'm personally going to buy his books. I've already looked at some previews of his books on Google Books, and there's definitely some theological information I disagree with, dogmatic information I disagree with. But I'm not going to fully reject the story, and I'm going to continue to research it. Part 4 is coming soon. I thank you for watching. This has been John Razimus with Occult Unmasked. Be seeing you.